Hello, Flosstube.
Greetings.
I'm Laura.
I'm Joe.
Welcome to the Slovak Farm.
This is the farm where we grow cross stitch.
One stitch at a time. Today is Monday, May 2nd. Happy Monday, y'all. For those of y'all who knew that last Monday was the perfect day, A+. He still has no clue.
I thought you were supposed to explain this to me.
The movie Miss Congeniality, that Sandra Bullock plays an undercover FBI agent
I'm
in.
familiar. I've seen
At
the
beauty pageant.
Yeah.
During one of the pageants, William Shatner's character, who's the MC, is asking what the perfect date is of each of the contestants. And the one girl says, April 25th. It's not too hot. It's not too cold. All you need is a light jacket. Not real light. Not date. He meant date as in couple date.
Yeah, I kind of figured that. Especially when you said blonde in the movie.
I don't know if was she blonde? I can't remember now if she was blonde.
I thought you said blonde.
I can't remember now if she was blonde. But, yes.
Okay.
How was y'all's week? I'm exhausted. It's been all week busting tail on the street at the church doing rummage sale stuff. But the Ladies Guild had a fantastic rummage sale. So that was good. But I am still very, very tired from all that. So, yeah.
My van's not home.
His van's not home. It's in the shop. And I have no vehicle.
Technically, right now you do.
Right now I do. If we had small children in the house,
I would have taken a couple of days off work.
I would have said, peace out, homie. I'm going for a car ride. No, I probably wouldn't have.
Well, considering the fact that you wouldn't be able to escape with them.
Maybe a walk around our little block by myself, but
what would be the difference between that and because you'd have to take them with you anyway?
I don't know.
So trying to figure out what the difference would be.
I'm just being a smart aleck.
Okay.
Okay. So, would you like to read our commenters? Also, thank you all for supporting my nonsense talk last week, saying I didn't talk nonsense. And enjoying the phone tossing moment.
Andre, Lynn, Mad Morty, Angie, Teresa, Anna, Toys, and Tamara.
And Anna said she was not. Said no wet noodle. She's guilty of the plastic bags too. You know, it happens. It happens. It happens, people. Okay, so this week's intro decidedly shorter than last week's intro because I have nothing to rant about. I'm just exhausted, so I want to get this done.
Okay, I hit button.
Let's move on to whips. Whips.
And I actually got to do the haul now because you know what my whip is. What?
Nothing. Go ahead. Come on.
Our friend Anna sent me. Oh. Biscuits. Gloriana Silks. Mesa Sunset. Just Mesa, whatever. It is extremely variegated.
So, yeah. I'm still waiting on those back orders from Witchelt. Who knows when I'll actually see them?
And those are for Ink Circles, Circular Logic. Circular Logic.
Circular Logic, yes.
That I got a little work done on it. Not much, but I got a little bit. That's all the stitching I got. Ah, what?
Hold it still for a minute. What count fabric are you using? What fabric are you using? Hold it up while you're saying all that.
Do you want to restart? We're only a minute in.
Lord have mercy, I'm going to teach this man. Yeah, no, because it's funny. And people are going to laugh at it. You would think, how long have we been doing Flosstube?
I don't know anything.
What?
16 count gunmetal by this lady right here.
It's not gunmetal.
Oh, I thought it was.
It's old barn root. Old barn root.
Oh no, gunmetal's the name of the dye.
Gunmetal's the name of the dye.
Okay.
And fun fact, so that you're not like, well, why doesn't she just call it the name of the dye? I have multiple fabrics where I use the same dye. So I have one dye color, 2 fabrics. I think there's 3 or 4 of them because it's just a varying strength of dye on it. Because it does give it a nice subtle, but so I tend to rename things because of that.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun getting that ready.
Yes.
Though I got part of the reason why there isn't much done on it was I got this Friday, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Saturday was a trip.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love the weather.
Mm-hmm.
Honey Bunny turn.
Okay, so I pulled out sampler book. I finally found the instruction book. It's a good thing because I'm almost done with the page I'm on and I need to copy the next one. But I actually took this with me to Monday Stitching last week because they were asking about this. This pattern has been re-released. Or the instruction booklet for the finishing and all that has been re-released by Eric Michaels. So I can't order it, and we were talking about that. And they wanted to see all of it at Stitching, and they were oohing and ahhing over it. So I just took it and stitched on it. However, I can't tell you exactly how much I stitched on it because I posted my start photo for all of my groups, and that was what you could see in the start photo. That was only 160 some stitches. So I did a bunch of stitches over here that didn't count. So I had to do some more. I know there's at least 300 some odd stitches on here because of my knuckleheadness. But
it's okay.
I have almost all of the yellow D's done. I think I'm missing one over here and that's it. I got all of the C block done. Now I've got to get the D block done. So I did get good. I mean, my stupid dumb self got good progress on it.
You're not dumb.
I am stitching this on a random 32 count.
Even
Do not ask me. It is an even weave. They are all going to be on a 32 count even weave. Probably not going to be able to tell you what colorway is. I think I've talked about this before. In the instructions, she tells you what fabric the model was stitched on. When you look at the different pages, which there's only small little pictures of each page, like up here with your chart. That's why I can't pull it out and show it to you, because I am not that talented to hold up. And anyways, some of the pages you can't actually see all of the stitching that's on it. And I don't know if it's just, if it would show up like in real life and it's just a picture thing, but I don't like that. I want to see the work that I'm actually doing. So I am picking my own colors, and she very much on this, actually right here on the back, it says, all on 32 count linen or even weave, dig into your stash and select your own. But she does, so that's what I've done. I've also dug it and digging through my thread stash and pulling colors that I like for each block. Because why not? They're fairly small. They're not huge, so I think it makes it more fun. And it uses up my thread. But I couldn't tell you what I stitched on it because I made a boo-boo. I had it written down, but I got rid of the piece of paper, and all I have is what I actually could count. So it's not that big of a deal. This needs to go upstairs. I even took my page that I had finished with me. Now see, on camera, you can't see the B block very well, but I can tell you it looks fairly good. I mean, you can see it pretty good in person, so camera things. I took my finished pages with me to show them. So that took me a couple of days because I was hecka busy.
Pain
in the butt, and thank goodness, this is why I make sure I get the monthly and daily 30 done every month, because that gives me a free pass for each week, so I can slap it on a prompt and still get the full token value and get the tokens for it. I will pull up what week I was doing that on. Today's mission was to do a bunch of grading because I didn't get my daily 30 grading done last week because I was so busy. That was fun. So I had to grade 2 weeks, and then I picked up grading the ornament along because one of our admins is on vacation. So, let's see. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not it. I have no idea what prompt I used this for because I can't find it. Oh, wait, I bet it was a monthly. It was a monthly because it's got letters on it. I used it for my last monthly for the month of April because of the acrostic with the letters. Yeah, and then I stitched that on. I don't know what yeah, last week was the last week of frickin' April.
I'm not saying
Wow! Did y'all just see that brainstorm there? That was epic. Wait a minute. How did I? Well, that's because last week was the last week of the month. Last week was the 5th week of the month. And I was confused. That's how my week was. So, okay. So, last week's prompts, by the way, were favorite recipes. I know I talked a little bit about it because I used Quaker Turtle over the previous weekend, for a couple of them. But for this Sal prompt, once again, I pulled out Peppermint Purple. I pulled out my Peppermint Purple Sal. This is 310 stitches. As you can see, I'm going to finish off outlining the blocks. And then I will stitch in the felt. There's a little bit down here. I mean, basically, here's the midpoint. So everything that's up here needs done down there. I did rough math because I have the stitch counts down for, written down for how many stitches the outline of each different block is. So this is 310 stitches. Stitching on it for this week's Sal prompt will finish am I boring you?
No, I just had a random idea. I'll talk to you about it.
We'll finish all of my outlines. And then it should be about 6 more weeks, roughly guess, based on my estimates for numbers, for stitch counts based on previous blocks. I should have it done by the end of summer, as long as I am consistent with stitching on it each week, which doing it in 300 stitch chunks is definitely helpful.
My head would explode.
Why?
I love you.
Why?
There's not a single cross stitch on that thing.
No, there's not. It's black work. So actually, I'm doing 600 stitches because black work only counts as 1/2 a stitch. But I should have it done by the end of summer. And that's even if I probably take a week or two to say, I need to rest my brain. And then I don't have another. Oh no, I do have a series I can plug in here. And I will plug that series into that. We'll talk about that when we cross that bridge. Okay, and then I needed something brainless and easy to stitch on Friday and Saturday. Yeah, it ended up being Friday and Saturday because Friday night I did like 5 stitches. No, I think I did a little bit more than that.
Were you zooming?
I was zooming, but I was not stitching. I was so tired. The show was from 9 until 5 Friday. I only stayed until 4 because I had to go help him deal with the car. And I was so tired. I have been so tired after this week. I need to do something because I have attempted to keep myself pretty active. I'm constantly up walking around the house, even if I have no purpose. Like, if I've noticed I've been sitting for a while, I will get up and walk around the first floor, go upstairs, go to the bathroom, even if I don't have to, because probably will after 2 minutes of standing, 2 seconds after standing.
So, should I see about getting the exercise bike up and running? Because I had a problem, that's why it isn't working.
Well, I don't know.
I lost the power cord, and it doesn't tell you what the voltage is of the power cord.
Well, let's see if we can try to figure something out. Maybe that would help. I don't know. I know we're going into summer. We live close to a Metro Parks where I can walk for a little bit. But I don't know. I have been so exhausted. And I should not be this exhausted. It wasn't like it was that insane. But anyways. So I needed something fairly mindless to stitch on. So I pulled out One Nation because it's pretty easy to stitch. Being that you're pretty much only stitching one color in a line, and letters are pretty basic to stitch on. And if you don't like my needle minder that's on this project, I'm sorry. Too bad. It's my opinion. I did. This is the whole project. I think I have.
I'm going to put a blanket behind that thing just so you can see it well.
I'm working on row. I have 5 more rows to finish, including the one I'm working on. This is on a piece of 28 count dirt road that I've stitched. I put 324 stitches into it, which pretty much is all of the red you see in that row, with the exception of the top outline. And that looks... I like the way that variegated in that little fan thing. I really do. I know, I'm so weird. Let's see, what did I use this for? Oh, I used this for the pick any whip you wanted because prompt 5 of recipes was to scroll through the group, the group's postings, and pick somebody's recipe that you thought sounded really, really good. And somebody posted an apple pie recipe. You had me at apple pie. I love apple pie. I love pie. I love apple pie. If we would have gotten married about 2 years later than we did, we would have had pie and not cake for the wedding, because that kind of became a thing a couple years after we got married. And I was like, ooh.
We would have still had cake. I'm sorry. That was the one thing I fought you on. I wanted to have the cake.
Okay.
We can still have pie. I mean, I don't know why you can't have both.
I love pie. You give me the choice between pie and cake, and I'm going to pick pie.
I wasn't going to give you a choice. I was going to give you both.
As long as it's not like a nut pie. I don't like nut pies like pecan pie. I'm not a fan. And by the way, is it pecan or pecan?
Both.
Let's start that argument, shall we?
Okay, is it pecan, or you're in my camp? I don't care.
I don't care either because I don't eat it.
I eat it, and I don't care.
So then, yesterday was my Focus Sunday, and we are back onto my full coverage. I have a love-hate relationship with this project. I am in a lot of confetti right now. Where his crown is on his head is a lot of confetti. And it's like half the page. And I'm like, I want to stitch more on this, but the confetti makes it take so long.
Oh, that's why you were like, I better have gotten 60 stitches after all that.
Yeah.
Keep in mind, this was close to bedtime, and I'm pretty sure she would have killed somebody if she needed to stay up any later.
Yeah. I was done. I love this project, but man, the confetti around his crown is killing me. And you can see when I get to about here, it'll be pretty, it's pretty much like, I think 3 or 4 colors. But, whew, but it looks really good. It looks so
That's the price that confetti means pretty.
1 second. Had it been a 200 stitch count week, even a 300 stitch count week, I probably would have stitched on it today for one of the prompts. Just to get a few more stitches in on it, because at the rate I'm going, I'm never going to finish it if I don't put some more stitches into it. Yes, dear.
Just think of confetti like glitter. You love glitter.
I do love glitter.
So you're just adding glitter to it.
I am. That being said, no, it's good. It's good.
I found that so funny by it.
If when it's time to pull this out again, it's a low stitch count week, I may pull it out for a weekly prompt. I do want to get some more stitches in on it. I really do. I use this for one of my monthlies. This month they're doing Mania, so it's pretty open-ended. It's a write your own prompt thing, but we're going to give you credit if you're creative. So I hope this is creative enough for Sharon.
I know what I would have done, but
so my first prompt is Mania is about doing something crazy. So my first prompt should be about doing something crazy. And stitching something you said you would never stitch is kind of crazy. And I, for years, said I would never stitch a full coverage. I now have 3 of them. So I used this and stitched on one of my full coverages. Because that's crazy. Yes, dear.
You want to know what I would have done?
What?
In real life, Aragon, the actor, is actually much older than Liz Taylor.
Yes.
In the books, it's the opposite. She is much older than he is.
Well, yes, because she's an elf.
That's crazy. In real life, it's this way. In the story, it's that way. That's weird.
It is. But
yes, I had that thought while you were holding up the cover photo.
It does look good.
Oh, it's an awesome.
Does anybody else do that? Like, they'll hold something up to their nose and get a whiff of it and be like, ooh, that smells little.
I don't bring many things to my nose. I sneeze a lot.
Oh, well.
I don't need fabric with
Fair.
chews on it.
So that's been my stitching for this week. It hasn't been stellar.
Well, hopefully you do better this week.
I don't know, because I've got a vendor event on Saturday for the Slovak Farm for the Bath and Body stuff. Since I'm not doing market this year. But I've got a vendor event on Saturday. I've got to finish getting prepped for it. I have just my small candles to make. Wednesday is PSR and guild meeting. It's going to be a crazy week again.
And we don't know when we're getting
And we
the
don't know when
car.
we're getting the van back. So I may not go to PSR on Wednesday.
Because we were told either Tuesday or Wednesday because they have to order a part from the dealership.
I'm hoping it's
Tomorrow.
I'm going to say that it's likely that it's tomorrow. Because when they had to order a part from the dealership for the Jeep, and the van is a Dodge also.
I guess good question when we get to in between segments. I just thought of something.
So hopefully. Alright. Let's move on. Do you want to do a haul section or
Not really, unless you got stuff.
I don't have Stitchy haul. I have something I want to show you that I picked up from the sale, but it's not necessarily Stitchy haul. So we'll just jump into plans and announcements, and I will share with you my goodie after I get through plans. Plans and announcements.
I plan to go crazy. Oh wait, I'm already there.
Wanna go crazy with you.
Okay, I'll come back and get you.
Name that tune?
I think you just did. What my plans are, thank you, Anna, for getting me the difficult to get floss, because back order is an evil word.
I don't even honestly know at this point, because it's literally, I put the order in for those flosses so long ago that the order doesn't show up in my Witchell order history on my end.
Have you paid for it?
No, I haven't paid for it yet. You don't get paid for it. You don't get charged until the order ships.
You might want to call and double check to see if the order still exists on their end or if you need to refresh the order. They might have deleted it.
No, after 6 months, your order goes into like this archive thing, which I'm pretty sure I can get it if I called them. But
well, I had an idea about the red. I still have plenty of floss left over from Dragons of Sumatra.
And I know where there's plenty of 115.
So do I. My bag.
You have some. I actually have some because I got a bag of color variation flosses from the haul of stuff Heather gave me when we first moved into the house. And there was like 4 or 5 skeins of 115.
So the outer circles that are red, I'm just going to do a 115.
There you go. I like that plan. I do like that plan. I think it's a good substitute. I'm sorry that I can't get you the actual call.
No, that's not your fault. That'll actually help me because I actually want to do the bigger, the red circles first because those are the very simple thing that cover the whole project. So they're really easy to complete, and then you can fill in the other stuff later.
A good plan. A good plan.
I was just really annoyed because I was like, I don't have this. And I seriously want to walk up to Witchell and be like, what? Actually, probably it's Gloriana. That's the problem.
It's Gloriana, and I don't.
I mean, at this point, Mama would just be like, do I just cancel the order?
Well, no, because I need to get the Mesa Sun to send back to Anna. I'm going to send Anna the mesasuns.com if they ever show up.
Okay, because she literally sent me everything required for the project.
Yeah.
Okay. That's my crazy. And yeah, I'm going to do more circular logic because it was giving me, can you get this started?
Well, Well, I can tell you right now that I am stitching on Scenic Farm today. I am not entirely sure what prompt I'm going to use it on because this week's, it's funny that Friday's prompts that were given to us are health and wellness week. And I feel like garbage after last week. My mother suggested that I might be having a vitamin D deficiency issue, and that the reason I haven't noticed it in recent years is because usually about the time the sun starts shining again, I'm outside doing stuff, and she's not wrong.
Well, one of the stupid
And not
idea?
throwing myself into doing something that's indoors. What?
Multivitamins?
That's what she said. She said get a vitamin D pill and see if it helps. So stitch on a whip with something that moves. Well, that could work for Scenic Farm because there's sheep on there and they move. There's trees on that, and trees move in the breeze.
Or they have this trick they can only do once that wrecks cars and damages apartment buildings.
Yeah, we're not going to talk about that. The second prompt for this week is a little bit involved, and I think I applaud Carrie for it because it was really creative. This prompt will involve movement as well as stitches. Read it carefully. Take a break in the middle of your stitching to get up and move. First, include a start photo of your whip of your choice. Second, take a photo of your whip, and after the first set of stitches, take a photo of your whip after the first set of stitches with a clock watch showing the current time in your photo. Third, take a photo with the watch again showing the time 30 minutes later. $5 Laura forgets and it ends up being longer than 30 minutes. And let us know what you did to get up and move during that time. Finally, take an ending photo indicating the number of stitches hours you stitched. You should have 4 photos to complete this prompt. See, Laura gets up and starts moving around, and then she realizes all the things she has to do. So it ends up being like an hour later before she sits back down again. Yes, I do that.
I know exactly what you could do for a half hour.
What?
Go outside and play with the dog.
Yes. Yes, sir.
The dog would enjoy it.
I know. Stitch on a whip with a heart. It does not say I can't stitch on a whip with a person or an animal in it and say they have hearts because they're alive.
There's also a really cute one you can do.
What?
Lady with dog.
Yes.
Because you love the Bandy.
Because Bandy is my heart. I'm willing to bet I have something that might be heart-shaped.
Or you could do the
I
heroin and
literally have a heart-shaped ornament I'm stitching on. I just realized that, y'all.
I was gonna try to help you get argon heroin stitches.
I could do that for the choice whips too.
I'm trying to help.
Stitch on a whip that reminds you of friendship and tell us how your friends help you with your health and wellness. I have several that I can apply to that. And then the Sal prompt and the Daily 30, which I tried really hard this year to start doing that, and I just kept forgetting and would end up like Wednesday going, well, shit, I missed the week. So, there we are. I do know that I have to stitch on. I know what I'm going to do for the friendship one because I actually have to stitch on a friend's round robin piece that we started pre-pandemic and we still ain't finished it because of the bleeping pandemic. And that would definitely apply for something with friendship. And I'll probably do that for the choice of whips because I need to get those stitches done. All right, so before we go into announcements, I came home from the rummage sale. I came home Tuesday with stuff. I came home Wednesday with stuff. I came home Friday with stuff, and I came home Saturday with stuff. Literally, every time I walked around, I found something else, and I was like, "Ooh, that's cool." Most of it, I brought home some wine glasses because they're big wine glasses and they work well for like a margarita or something. I brought home a scarf because I'm a scarf girl. Brought home some flowers that I can rip apart and put on FFOing projects. You know, fake flowers. Silk flowers.
I know, but it's like, I got these to rip them apart. The way you
I
said that.
literally paid $1 for silk flowers because I was paying $1 for very nice silk flowers and I could pull them apart. And I can pull them apart and use them for.
And then what else crazy thing did you get?
And I got, what else did I brought home a couple things. Oh, I brought home lights. I didn't show you the lights. I got outdoor string lights. I'll show them to you. I forgot about the lights. But the coolest thing I found is this. You guys know I'm a teacup girl. I found a teacup that is made in Austria. Somebody donated a teacup from Austria. But this is a Japanese tea set. The top comes off. And you put hot water in the bowl. You put hot water in the bowl. And there's holes in the bottom of this plate. You can see them. That keeps all the cups and everything warm. And then you have your little teacups that you drink out of. And your little, your little teapot. But it's a complete Japanese tea set. It's actually from Japan. The gal who donated it, I actually talked to her Saturday, and she said, oh yeah, she had a whole collection of miniature things, and something fell and broke a bunch of them, and she's like, I couldn't do it anymore, so I started just kind of thinning out what I had. She's like, I just don't want my collection to go to waste. So this was actually given to her. It was bought in Japan. The Teacup Girl has a Japanese tea set. It's very cool.
Now we just have to figure out how to do it.
I could probably find it.
I know we could find it.
We
but
have these really cool cabinets in our living room that are like built-ins. I don't think the shelf is wide enough to hold that. So I'm not really sure where I'm going to put it. I'm working on cleaning
I think I need to make a plexiglass box for it because of meow meow.
I'm working on cleaning out the cabinet that's behind his head.
Watch the finger.
This cabinet here that's behind Joe had all of my Bath and Body, you can leave back in, ingredient stuff. And since I'm not selling it on a regular basis anymore, it'll be available. All of my Bath and Body stuff is available on Shopify, or you can message me. I'll only be doing a handful of vendor events throughout the year. I see no point in keeping it down here. I'm going to put it in storage in our extra bedroom closet. And then when I need to make something, I'll just bring it down and work with it. The reason I can't put it in my craft room closet is A, it's stuffed full of stuff, and B, the closet in my craft room is actually not temperature controlled.
There's this third one.
What?
I know the scents smell good, but if you have one little spill every piece of fabric, you almost smell like lavender.
Which is also true. Although,
or some other random scent.
I laugh because Beth Ann actually bought some fabric from me, and I cut it and packaged it up and put it in its shipping package. And at the same time, I was sending off a package with some Bath and Body stuff in it. And I packed them up I packed them up on the same day, but I had the fabric already in its plastic bag. I don't recall, like, touching the Bath and Body stuff and then touching her fabric. But I must have, because she said it smelled like roses, and that was the scent that I was working with, or that I was shipping. So I'm like, oops. I try to avoid that with my fabrics, with the cross-stitch stuff, because, like, I know, like, he's very reactive to smells, and I don't want somebody to open a package and get smacked in the face with the smell. Your stuff
is not the type of. Luckily, the essential oils aren't that bad for me. There are some of the more artificial scents, the artificial components, the things they put in there to help the smell stay in the air and keep preserved, all that cred does not do well with my sinuses. Actually, it's a pretty good way of getting me to sneeze the fabric clear across the building.
They don't do well with a lot of people's sinuses. And if you're one of those people who is like, I can't do candles because the smell bothers me, but you would like to do candles or wax warmers or something like that, try something that's soy wax based, because that is actually a huge thing versus the paraffin.
Especially if it's made with essential oils.
Random things that I have learned in doing all of this. And the whole reason the Bath and Body business exists is because I was tired of paying ridiculous prices for soaps that wouldn't break my skin out, for lotion that wouldn't break my skin out, and, you know, pampering stuff for myself that wouldn't break my skin out. And then I found out that the candles worked really well for him. You know, and wouldn't bother him, and I could do candles and scented stuff again.
Yeah, because she tried taking me near a Yankee Candle store, and I swear there's like a force field of nose irritation. I can't get within 5 feet of the door at Yankee Candle. Are we done?
The cat has an opinion.
Are we done?
So yeah, I mean, it's the whole reason I started that. But squirrel,
cat.
We scrolled a little bit, but so on to announcements. I don't really have a whole lot of announcements. You guys know I am doing a subscription box, or a you guys know I'm doing a mystery box for the 12 days for the 12 days of Christmas, the 12 days after Christmas. There will be some a couple of I think I've got like 3 Bath and Body things in the box. Don't worry, they won't be offensive smells. They'll be funny smells. So if you want to do that, the cutoff for requesting it as far as doing the payments is June 1st. If you're going to do a one-time payment, you can order it anytime until October 1st. What else? I'm thinking, what else do I need to tell you about it? I know I was going to start billing out yesterday, but because of the craziness that was going on last week, it was like, it's probably because there was craziness last week, and then I went to take out the boxes that I was going to use, and they were not big enough. I had to order boxes. I got the boxes. I have just about everything put in to start shooting out invoices. That'll probably happen either tomorrow or Wednesday. Everybody has been extremely patient about it, and I do appreciate that. So, but if you've requested the payment plan, your initial payment invoice will be sent to you with everything else. I will give you until June 1st to pay me that first payment. After June 1st, you can only do the one-time payment option. And if you make the one-time payment, if you make your payment, if you make any of your payments for the payment plan option, and you fail to pay your next payment, it's non-refundable. Whatever payments you make is non-refundable. So if you make payments 1 and 2, but fail on payment 3, it's non-refundable. I will give you a reminder email on the 15th. I will be that nice of a human. If you message me and say there's a problem, chances are I'm gonna be a nice human. Because I'm trying to be a nice human. But if you just flat out ignore me, you lose. I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Are you going to give people a warning? Like, hey, dude, payment was due today. What's going on?
Well, I can send out reminder invoices. And since pretty much at this point, it's just been a contact me, they will be put up on the website, but you know, I have the ability to send out reminder invoices. So I can send out an invoice and say, hey, your payment's overdue. If there's a problem, you need to contact me. Like, I'm not going to be a complete and total cruel human, but if you ignore me, you earned it. I think that's fair.
Yup.
I try to be a reasonable person. I try to be as fair as possible. Okay, so I think that's it. I have no other announcements. There's shop inventory that needs put in. There's some things that I found that I need to put in shop inventory because I didn't realize I got them in. I'm still kind of working on a. Here's what I have. Yeah, I want that. You know, I'm working on a hybrid me please or request based system still because I don't have a ton of space to store a lot of this stuff. I don't have an actual physical shop, so, but, you know, so if you see something out there, excuse me, if you see something out there you want, by all means, send me a message and request it. I will get it in the quickest fashion that I can. Stuff that's coming from Witchelt is still hopelessly behind. I just got the big box of floss that I ordered a month ago. Perfect timing. They changed his pay schedule. It's great. It's gonna be a rough couple of weeks in my brain. So
I'm going from weekly to bi-monthly.
Yeah. And the way it switched, because last week was a 5 paycheck month, they're doing the switch now. But it's literally almost a month without a paycheck because of how it falls. And it's like, oh my God. It's probably going to be a rough May as far as figuring things out financially. My brother who works for a bank keeps going, Laura, you'll get used to it. You just got to get used to it. I'm like, yeah. He goes, it's a big switch, but you'll get used to it. I'm like, I know I will. It's just... And tomorrow, someone's coming to give us a quote to get air conditioning put in the house. I really hope it's not super expensive. I really want air conditioning in my house. I want central air. We have not owned a home with central air ever because I have an affinity for old houses.
Luckily, this is a forced air system.
Mm-hmm. We do have a forced air system, so, you know.
But we'll figure that out tomorrow.
So,
wish us luck. Though we'll probably know by the time you actually see the video. But still, wish us luck. We'll let you know how badly
because this will post tomorrow morning, and I think we've doubled the length of the video with this section. Sorry, not sorry. Most of you guys seem okay with when we kind of tend to go off on tangents and babble. I know I do try to put my tangents near the end because I know some people don't like it, and I figure if I put it at the end, it's easier for you to just say, okay, she's shown us the good stuff, I can skip it.
Can I be honest?
What?
If you don't like tangents, what are you doing here?
He's also not wrong.
I mean, I'm sorry. She asked me if she was bored. I was like, no. I was actually thinking about switching what color I could substitute those circles for. Because I looked down and went, wait a minute, those are really close to Dragons of Sumatra color. I have plenty of that left.
You do. The other thing I want to tell you is I'm working on putting all 489 Sullivan's colors into my Shopify shop. It's going to take me a hot minute because 489 colors. I don't know if that includes their color variations, though.
I don't want to know.
I don't know if it might not. I don't know. I know that I have a massive pile to input into the Shopify system. I have a solid half of the Sullivan's colors available, like they're in this house. They're here. I have them available. Anything outside of what I don't have available, obviously I will have to order, and unfortunately there is lag time because they're behind. Because Witchelt is behind, and that's where I get it from. But if you want to order Sullivan's flosses, I have a form until I get it put on the Shopify shop. I have a form. I will email it to you. You are responsible for filling out that form and emailing it back to me. It'll have the DMC number followed by the Sullivan's number. Everything will be organized in accordance with DMC numbers because I know most charts
Our DMC.
they only list the DMC. See, back in the day when I first started stitching, you would get DMC. Sullivan's was around then. You might have gotten Sullivan's, but you would get 2 or 3 floss, the 2 or 3 floss, because it was DMC, JP Coats, and Anchor. I think were the floss makers back when I first started stitching. I know DMC and Anchor. I don't remember the third one. I want to say it was JP Coats, something like that. But a lot of charts that I would buy had all 3 and what their numbers were. Now, most charts, you're just getting the DMC number. And you've got Sullivan's.
Put on now.
Well, depending on
wait,
the design.
did I say that?
You have DMC, you have Sullivan's, you have there's 1 or 2 other solid floss manufacturers, I think. You have Anchor still around. I want to say there's another one, but I can't remember its name. And they don't list them. So it's like you have to go in and you have to find the alternative. Most of the non-DMC companies list what the DMC number is. So I'm just going to organize it by DMC number. You'll find it by DMC number. You'll click that's what I want. I will know because it'll have the Sullivan's number on it for me and I can go and pull it on the Sullivan's number. I'm just putting the DMC number on it to simplify it for the shopper. I have used Sullivan's floss for a couple of years. I like it a little bit more than DMC. I feel I like it a little bit better. It's also a little cheaper. So that's it. I have now talked way too much. My apologies. What do we want the people to do, honey?
Tell her to stop apologizing for that, please. Get her! Love you.
I love you.
Please like, comment, subscribe, bell notification, thingy me Bobby. Sorry, my head. No, not today. All the YouTube BS. And if you don't know what BS means, ask your mom.
Mm-hmm. The cops have now driven by my house 3 times in the filming of this video. I'm wondering if something's going on somewhere down in that end of the hood. Random, sorry, observation. Also, I think I had the same shirt on last week that I have on today. I don't have a whole lot of summer clothes. I actually, 2 of the things that I got from the garage sale were shirts because I don't have summer clothes. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
Bye.
Bye.